Welcome, everybody, to your Secure Privacy and Security segment. I'm Anna Berry, along with Alain Ghiai, the CEO of Sekur. Welcome, Alain.
Hi, Anna. Hi, everyone.
Okay, our weekly hack is Morgan Stanley. They just fined some of their employees a pretty hefty dollar amount, up to $1 million, for using a pretty common messaging platform such as WhatsApp. Well, thank goodness I don't work for Morgan Stanley, because I think I used WhatsApp last night, but I'm certainly not sending valuable information over that open source messaging platform. So, Alain, break it down for us. Why do you think they're doing that to their employees, and what are some alternatives out there?
Well, this is a follow-up to a huge fine that was imposed. I think Morgan Stanley was in it, B of A, JP Morgan, Deutsche Bank in 2022, late last year. We heard that those large institutions were fined close to $2 billion, that's billion with a B, for using WhatsApp and other open source messaging. And the reason is that, today, most people are using text or messaging because it's just an instant way to communicate. I don't know if you notice, we don't talk on the phone that much. And sending an email back in the day, sending email was instant communication. Now it's a slow communication. So the trend is moving to Messenger. And the problem is that I can point you to at least a couple websites that will show you how to hack WhatsApp in 10 minutes. That's the scary part. You don't need to be a fancy hacker in the underworld. You can just look it up, search it, and it shows you. And that's exactly why they fine these people. Now, there was a huge fine again in 2022, but people are not listening because people are creatures of habit, right? We always use a thing. And the other big thing is that they say, okay, I have my client in Brazil, for example. These are high net worth individuals and all that. And they say, well, they use WhatsApp, so how am I going to communicate with them? Right? So that's the issue. Some people were fined a few $1,000s, up to $1 million for some, because if you're a senior banker, you should know better, because you should know all the regulation. If you're a new employee, maybe you didn't know, but everybody got slapped with that fine.
Right. And the question is, how can I communicate in a quick, swift way? But now the real question is in a secure way, in a private way. So tell us a little bit about the secure alternative that you all have for us.
Yeah, so, everybody says, well, WhatsApp is secure, Signal is secure. These are famous companies, right? I mean, just any of these messenger, there's security like you take off the shelf, as if you go to Walmart and you have a standardized packaged food, for example, and then you can go and have bespoke and custom tailor meals for you. We are the custom tailor, bespoke. We put better ingredient. Obviously, the whole culture of the company is a culture of privacy. So everybody already is into that privacy mode. Every feature that we implement, we are putting ourselves in the user's mind. How can I make this more private? And we are a paranoid bunch, so we want to make sure that it's highly encrypted, and we use both existing encryption tool and our own on top of it. So what's unique with Secure Messenger, which would be the replacement to any of these messaging applications, is that we launched Secure Messenger for consumers first. And then we had the pushback from institutions that were telling us, well, we can't archive this. That's another reason as well. But even if these companies come up with business solution, at the end, they are advertising companies, right? Meta makes money from advertising. And besides that, you have all the hackers that can get into these systems now, because the minute you give your phone number away in the app to register, somebody can get in. It's just as simple as that. So Secure Messengers has a few things that would prevent this. First of all, we don't ask for your phone number. So you could be using Messenger for consumer or business without having to give away your phone number. So that makes it hard for a hacker to even find you. And then for somebody to come into Secure and be part of your address book, to have a secure number, they need to be a secure user, and you need to accept them, even if they know your secure number, which is a 6-digit number typically. you still need to accept them, right? So if you don't want them in your contact list, you just remove or block them. So that's a huge thing. Then we have the Swiss privacy laws that are pretty strict, the strictest in the world when it comes to data, and also our infrastructure that is only ours. So we already talked about our software, our company culture, the whole privacy, the non-open source, all of that. Now we're going to talk about the hardware and infrastructure hosted in Switzerland with our own machine. That means that we don't use third-party big tech providers like basically these companies do. I can't mention them because we're on a TV show, but basically I think everybody knows who's using the big tech provider of global hostings. There's 2 or 3 companies. We don't do that. We have our own machines. So right away, you're in a very restrictive and hard to penetrate system. Then for businesses, what we did, as I mentioned, we got pushback because we have a self-destruct timer. So for businesses, we have an archiving tool now, and we're launching multiple user management, probably by the end of March. And now we'll be able to go and sell to all these small or large businesses. We've already started with America Movil, which is the largest telecom provider in Latin America, trading on the New York Stock Exchange. And we are selling to business and enterprise over there. So we're hoping that in the US, we can also get more of that.
Fantastic. And one more point that we should mention is there is no data mining. You have upfront, very clear fees, and that's where you make your money.
That's it. We don't data mine you. We can't even look at your message. So that's a plus. That's where the architecture of the system and the company culture comes in, where you say, no, we should make it that nobody can do this or nobody can do that. In fact, we're launching an offline mode. And the first issue was when it's offline, you have metadata. So we said as soon as it's back online, it deletes what it was storing so you can see offline. A lot of thoughts into that system. So yes, we don't data mine you, and we charge $7 a month for the business application, or $5 a month for the consumer. And you also have a bundle if you want with our secure mail. But the messenger is it's kind of a business that's growing very fast because everybody's using text or message. If I may, a very important feature that nobody else has, that we have, is you can chat with somebody that doesn't have Sekur. Because the famous banker who's talking, they're chatting with their people all over the US, Brazil, Asia, all over, and they're all using these other applications. They don't have Sekur. So here you can text a client or email them. They'll have a link, and then they click on the link and you can chat with them seamlessly. They don't need to register to Sekur or download the application. And then when the conversation is over, locally, you can delete it from your phone, but the archiving will be done at your company automatically. So if FINRA comes, for example, and needs to audit your messages, the company, the financial institution will have all the record, and you, the banker, and the client will not have it on your phone for the hackers. So that's a very unique feature, and we're actually improving to comply with these new US laws, the opt-in and all of that. So we're really up to date with all the regulation when it comes to texting someone when you get a notification. So you can chat with anybody outside of Sekur as well in about 80 countries in the world.
That's a great feature to mention. So if this is piquing our audience's interest, what should they do next? And is there a code for us to get a little discount?
Yes, we're Swiss. We like discounts. So
we all like discounts.
Money conscious. So we obviously, you can go to sekur.com, sekur.com. We encourage you to take a look. We just launched a very easy to use page to look at our tutorials as well. We constantly improve. We have a great support system, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. East Coast. And the discount is a promo code called privacy. So when you go to sekur.com to register, put your credit card info and so forth, you have a space to put the promo code. It gives you 15% off monthly or yearly. If you choose a yearly package, the total between the 2-month free and the discount is 32% off on a yearly package. So it's very advantageous. And again, these are not expensive systems. We charge $7 a month for a business or $5 for consumer. That's before the discount.
Well, it's all about how much is our privacy worth, and it's going to be worth a lot more these coming days because we know it's only going to get worse. So we thank you for informing us, changing our habits, and keeping our data safe and secure because, as you say, privacy has arrived with Sekur.
It's important.
It is important. All right, Alain, thank you so much for joining us again.
Thanks, Anna. Pleased to be here. Bye-bye.
Thank you all for watching.